Welcome to the last week in the beginner program. This is a workout summary. As I've said previously, you are welcome to roll this week over for a few weeks. Before I get into it, I just want to mention that I do have the ongoing subscription to the program, which rolls over every 6 weeks, a whole brand new program to keep it fresh, keep it exciting, and keep those gains happening. So make sure you check that one out once you feel confident that you've got these skills down sufficiently to start to build them into a workout. This week is looking fairly similar to last week, but we've got the new skill. We've got the snatch in there, which they call the czar of the lifts. It gets a lot of stuff happening, and you need those other foundations. You need a good press. You need a good rack. Well, not so much the rack position, but that overhead position from the press, the stability there. You need the swing down, the two-handed swing down. You need the one-handed swing because that feeds into the clean. And the clean actually is a really important developmental step towards that kettlebell snatch. So a lot of other skills culminate in the kettlebell snatch. So you'll still start out with the Turkish get-ups, 3 each side. Then we move straight into the skill practice for the week, which is the kettlebell snatch. So once again, like with the cleans, make sure it's a nice light bell if you've got it available to you. If you don't, and you've only got one bell and it's pretty heavy, don't do too much in the way of practice because it's a new skill and it can make stuff pretty sore if you're not used to it. So what you're gonna do is roll through. I've got something like 4 times 10 there, nice and light. You could definitely do more than that if it's light and it's not particularly taxing. It's well within the capabilities of your system, especially now that you've been working on this program for a while. So the snatch, work through the skills of it. You might want to start pressing it, watch the tutorial obviously, and then you're just going to roll through some nice easy ones and just get into the groove of it. But it shouldn't be particularly taxing, making sure you're obviously practicing on both sides, particularly with like the snatch and the clean. It can feel different on your dominant to your non-dominant side. So make sure you do obviously practice that well on both sides. Hey, you could always do a bit more on the one that doesn't feel as good as well. Then you've got the presses, similar to last week, but we've stepped up the sets. So you don't just have 3 sets of 2, 3, 5. You've got 4 sets of the 2 each side, 3 each side, 5 each side. So really building up the volume of the presses now. Making sure, word of warning, you're always leaving a couple of reps in the tank. Otherwise you can start to get grumbly shoulders. There is a place for going to failure and testing yourself occasionally, but I don't want this program to be it. And you've potentially just started training from an untrained background. It's not really the time to go testing to failure. All right, last of all, we've got the swings. I've put in there 6 times 10 because if you're doing lots of snatch practice, that's probably going to be enough. However, last week, if you want to finish with a bit of a bang, hit the century club, hit the 100 club, chuck on 10 minutes, beeping on the minute every minute for 10 minutes, punch out 10 swings. I did that this morning. It feels good. It's a nice accomplishment, and that will be the end of that particular program.